The Champions League quarterfinal match day one, first legs kicked off today, and what a day of football we have just witnessed. Two games simultaneously, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and then Sporting Arsenal. I'll cover the Sporting Arsenal game later on in this video, but we're starting off with none other than Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Now, Bayern Munich have been losing to Madrid, I think the last 9 matchups. 7 losses, 2 draws. They haven't been able to beat Madrid. Obviously, that, most of those games, it was Ronaldo that was hunting and haunting Bayern Munich, right? Ronaldo's gone now. They faced each other 2 years ago, and that was the Joselu magic moment, right? Joselu comes in, and he scores 2 goals, and Real Madrid progresses in that tie. But this game was very, very different because both of these teams are kind of in different points of their season, right? Bayern Munich are about to win the Bundesliga. They're running away with the league. And they're playing the best football, maybe overall, in all of Europe. Maybe then Barcelona, it's tough to decide. Real Madrid have seen Copa del Rey go away. They've seen Supercopa de España go away. They've seen La Liga. Now they're 7 points behind Barcelona. This is really all they have left to play for. Bayern Munich, we want to win the Champions League as well as the Bundesliga. And the way both of these teams played today, it was like 2 teams that are desperate to get their hands on this trophy. 20 shots for both teams, 40 shots total, 18 on target. 40 shots total, 18 on target. That's 2 teams that are desperate to win a game. But the way Bayern Munich dominated that first half, first 30 minutes to be exact, the possession, the pressing, the counter-pressing, the way they did not allow Real Madrid to even get out of their half, even string together 3, 4, 5 passes was exceptional. Kimmich and Olise on that right-hand side were just dominant. The way Olise, the things he did to Alvaro Carreras today, they should not be televised. Alvaro Carreras, do not watch that game back because the things Olise did to you today were disgusting. Left, right, in, out. He had his way with Carreras every single time he got the ball, and there were so many occasions where the ball gets switched to Olise. Long ball, and the way he traps the ball within an inch of his body. The ball is never loose with him. It just glides past players with ease. And the way Bayern Munich were dominating possession, pressing Real Madrid in their own half, Real Madrid couldn't get out. They couldn't get out. And we've said it, since Kroos and Modric have left the club, specifically Kroos first, then Madrid. Remember, you don't have a midfield that can dominate and control games. You see the way Kimmich plays today, and the likes of Vitinhas or the Pedris of the world. Remember, you don't have that. They don't have a guy that can control the game and just step on the ball and dictate things. They don't. But Bayern Munich have that, and not just in Kimmich, but every single player looks so comfortable and poised and composed on the ball. Every time you get the ball, there's an option. Sometimes I see Real Madrid get the ball, and I don't see Mbappe or Vini or anybody making a run to get open, making a run to support their teammate. Bayern Munich, every player has 2, 3 options on the ball. It's just a beautiful, beautiful football to watch. And the way that they cut open Real Madrid for that first goal was just brilliant, right? Obviously, Kane dropping deep, and Kane played an exceptional game today. Obviously, he's been out for maybe three or so weeks. Comes in, maybe doesn't look his fittest, sharpest, but he's so clinical. He's so technical. When he gets the ball, things happen. He makes things happen. Finds Gnabry, and that ball to Luis Diaz is a brilliant, brilliant ball. 1-0 Bayern Munich. And I'm thinking to this point, Real Madrid, you have to wake up. You have to score the next goal, because if Bayern Munich score the next goal, this tie could be over before it even gets to the Allianz Arena. Halftime comes, and what do Real Madrid do within 15 seconds of kickoff? You kick the ball off. Vini Jr., a silly lobbed to pass to Alvaro Carreras. Obviously, it's a difficult ball to deal with. Alvaro Carreras touches the ball. It's a poor touch, and there's 4 Bayern Munich players hunting him down within a quarter millisecond. They hunt him down, get the ball to Olise, gets the ball to Kane, and I mean, Lunin maybe should save that shot, right? I'm not sure if he saw it late. I'm not sure if it was unsighted, and he kind of goes over the ball. Maybe he should save that shot. But 2-0, 46 minutes. I think to myself, this is the worst possible scenario, because Real Madrid are going to attack. They're going to have to chase the game and get something at the Bernabeu, because if they go to Allianz Arena down 2-0, I don't see it happening, right? They have to get something out of this game. And Vini Jr. and Mbappe today, it's like the good and the bad with these guys. The good and the bad, the pace, the sheer pace, athleticism that they play with, the technical ability, the skill, everything is on display. And I said it in our group chat. I thought, man, Manuel Neuer has such aura, because the way these guys look, they were afraid to shoot the ball against him, afraid to shoot the way they normally shoot. There was no precision, there was no clinicality in the way they were striking the ball. It's like they were trying to be too perfect to score against him. There was a moment where Upamecano heads the ball to Vini Jr. Vini Jr. is through on goal, 1v1 against Manuel Neuer. Thinking to myself, find a way to score. If you have to round him, round him. If you have to chip him, chip him. Just score. You have to score this chance. And he doesn't even hit the target. Think to myself, any other keeper in the world, maybe Vini Jr. at least hits the target in that position. But Manuel Neuer has such a mystique or something in these big games that just makes players quiver in front of him. But you know what? Real Madrid kept pushing. They keep pushing, kept trying to get a goal back. And out of nothing, literally, Real Madrid today did not create, did not string together 5-4, 4-5 passes, play the ball in behind. It wasn't that kind of game. It was really just a counter-attacking and hope and pray that Vini and Mbappe can save you some way, somehow. But who ends up saving them is Trent Alexander-Arnold, because that ball that he plays in for Mbappe is what I, as a Liverpool fan, and all Liverpool fans have seen for 7-8 years now. That out of nothing. No, there's only one other player in world football can play that pass, and that's Kevin De Bruyne. Only one other player in world football can play that pass. That cross to the back post to Mbappe. And Mbappe, see what happens when you play like a striker. See what happens when you make runs like Harry Kane would make a run. That's what ends up happening. The ball will find you and you will score tap-ins like that. Especially playing with a player like Trent that can find a back post cross, a near post cross, whatever. That's the kind of goals you can score on a consistent basis if you make runs like a striker, like a number 9. He does that. Great goal. And at this point, the game is finally poised. 20 minutes to go. There's no structure in the game from that point on. There's no structure, there's no balance, there's no control, there's no tempo. Both of these teams are just going for each other's throat, trying to kill each other. They were just trying to kill each other for the rest of the game. Luis Diaz had a couple chances. Olise gets a couple chances away. Harry Kane, great ball from Kimmich, he gets a chance away. Mbappe has a chance. He misses it. Far post against Neuer. Vini has some chances. He misses his chances. It's just chaos for the remaining 20 minutes of the game. But I think what kind of gives Real Madrid some hope in the second leg is the return of Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham comes back into the game, and that driving run that he makes, it's a great save from Neuer at the end of the play, but he drives from maybe 30 yards from his own goal all the way into the heart of the Bayern defense. Finds Mbappe. Mbappe pop shot to the far post, and it's a great save from Neuer. But that right there told me, and he did it again later on for Vini Jr. It didn't lead to anything, but he just drives the ball, and that is something that they needed in this game, because you're not going to have possession against Bayern Munich. Even at the Allianz Arena, even though they'll be up 2-1, they're not going to give you possession. It's going to be Kimmich and Olise dominating the ball, Pavlovic passing around, finding little pockets of space. So you're going to need Jude Bellingham's driving ability in that second leg. Hopefully, he might not be able to start, but if you can get 45 minutes out of him, whatever you can get out of him, you need it, because the league is pretty much gone. Throw all your eggs in the Champions League basket and hunt that trophy. But today, this game is what we all love about football. I'm so tired of seeing big teams play cagey affairs and try to hold the other one out and wait for the second leg. Both of these teams played this game like it was a one-leg affair, like it was a final. They both needed that win. But at the end of the day, I think Bayern narrowly edged it and narrowly deserved it. I think at the end of the game, Luis Diaz has 2 opportunities to effectively end the game. play Olise out on a 3v, was it 3v1 or 3v2, whatever it was, overhits the pass. Again, Musiala in the middle, Olise at the back post, played the ball, gets intercepted. So they could have ended this game 3-1 up, but I think 2-1 is still just about enough for them because I think they can go to the Allianz Arena and still win that game as well. So it was an incredible game of football. The other game, Sporting and Arsenal, it really wasn't a great game of football until maybe the last 20 minutes, right? That first half, it was so pedestrian, so boring. And before the game started, Henry, Carragher, Michael Richards, they talked about the pros and cons of each of these teams. And one thing that Henry talked about was they're so good at set pieces, they play as a team. But the one con is the creativity in this team. And you saw it in that first half. Odegaard, Rice, Zubimendi, side. Ball gets to Madueke, nothing. Ball gets to Trossard, nothing. Gyökeres, I didn't even notice he was playing. The front six of Arsenal today was genuinely terrible. Genuinely terrible. I'm thinking to myself, you just beat Sporting 5-1. Was it two seasons ago and was it the Europa League or Champions League? You beat them 5-1. Let me just make sure I get this right. It was 5-1. I can remember this in 2024. So in the Champions League in 2024, you beat them 5-1. Play that same style of football, you can beat them again. Bodo Glimt, obviously in the first leg, gave them a run for their money. You're better than Bodo Glimt, I would like to assume. Attack them. Progress the ball. So slow, so pedestrian, so side to side. First half was just extremely excruciating and boring to watch. But the second half, as the game was narrowing towards that 0-0 draw, you start to see both of these teams start to play a little bit more football. You see Katamo comes to life. Trincao, I think, was probably maybe their best player overall today. And just decent performance from him. He starts coming to life a little bit. Luis Suarez, he comes to life a little bit. But his hold-up play generally throughout the game was incredible. He was winning fouls on Saliba. And I think he intentionally went over to that side and wanted to challenge Saliba 1v1. I didn't see him too much on Gabriel's side. I think he wanted that challenge with Saliba 1v1. But neither team really threw anything at this game. The way Bayern and Madrid were fighting and scrapping and clawing to win that game, I didn't see that in this game. It seemed like two teams that were content with the 0-0 draw, right? Sporting, obviously, they know that they're underdogs. Let's not lose at home. Let's not lose momentum going into the second leg. Arsenal, we know we're going to be home in the second leg. If we draw this game, it doesn't really matter because we know we can beat Sporting at our ground. So neither team really for 70 minutes was hunting the game. Until the very last 20 minutes of the game, you start to see both teams play a little bit more. I think even if I look at the statistics, the first half, 8 shots total from the teams. I think maybe 2 on target. The second half, 10 shots, 5 on target. So both of these teams woke up in that second half and really attacked each other and tried to get something out of the game. I have to give some props to Maxi Araujo, right? Obviously, he plays left back sometimes, he plays left mid sometimes, left wing sometimes, kind of just occupies that entire left-hand flank. He was so good today. So aggressive, so forward-thinking, defensively, maybe not the best performance, but he put everything into this game. And that first maybe 20 minutes that he has that chance, I think it's Diomande plays an outside of the foot 40-yard through ball, cross the field to Araujo. I've never in my life seen a center back play a pass like that. Maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm forgetting somebody, but I can't remember the last time I saw a center back play a Travella 40-yard cross the field a pass right into the path of a player. I haven't seen that in a while. Great save from Raya, because I thought at first he just hits the crossbar. It's a great save from Raya, and that was really the best moment of that first half, right? Both teams really pedestrian for the majority of the game, and then they wake up in the second half and start to attack each other. But I think for Sporting, this is a game where you actually kind of feel bad. You kind of feel like you could have won this game, or at least drawn this game. Arsenal didn't come at you with maybe the full strength of their attack, or maybe didn't chase the game as much as you think that you like them to. As a top team, Barcelona will chase this game. Bayern will chase this game. Madrid will attack them. All these top teams, PSG will attack a team like Sporting. Arsenal did not do that today, and I think Sporting will be disappointed to lose, especially in the manner that they lost in. And not just the manner, but the two players that contribute to the goal, right? Martinelli, who many of us football fans are kind of divided on. Is he really that good? Is he really that intelligent of a player, technical, whatever you want to say? He's not maybe the least looking Brazilian player we've seen in a long time. And that's the pass he plays to Kai Havertz to win the game. Like, of all the Arsenal players, you think Trossard will play that pass. You think Saka. You think Odegaard. You think Eze. All the players on Arsenal that you would put before Martinelli to play that pass, he might be like the 10th player on the list. And he's the one that plays that pass to Kai Havertz. And Havertz puts it away. And Arsenal run away with the 1-0 win. And I genuinely believe Arsenal ran away with the one. They didn't really deserve to win this game. They didn't really play like they wanted to win this game. And me saying they don't deserve to win the game isn't like some kind of agenda against them. Isn't as if I hate them. Arsenal had 7 shots this game. Sporting had 11. Sporting had 5 shots on target. Arsenal had 3? So it wasn't like they dominated the game. Possession, yes, they had more possession, but they didn't really go for the win. So they didn't really deserve to win the game. But what they did at the end of the game was just clinical. They showed a clinical edge at the end of the game. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters in Champions League. Nobody cares that you had more possession, that you had more shots, that you had better chances. At the end of the day, the historians will say Arsenal beat Sporting away in the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's all that matters. And that's exactly what Arsenal did. So for all the criticisms from Arsenal in the last couple weeks, losing in the Carabao Cup final to Man City, losing in the FA Cup to Southampton, they needed this win. They didn't just need a result, they didn't need a draw, they needed a win. Something psychological to wake them up and remind them that you still have 2 trophies that you're chasing before the season ends. You still have 2 things that you can win before the season ends. So that is a great win from Arsenal. It's not a great game. It's not an entertaining game. Sorry if you thought it was. We watched a game on the other end with 40 shots, 18 on target. This game was what? 18 shots total, maybe 9 or so on target. It's a stark contrast in both of the games. But at the end of the day, the 2 teams I thought would win both of these games and kind of progress through the quarterfinals, Bayern Munich 2-1 away at Real Madrid, and Arsenal 1-0 away at Sporting Club de Portugal. So, guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace out.